Hello everyone, and welcome to Can I Beat Pokemon Sword with a First Form Leon team? Now, what is a First Form Leon team? Well, I'm going to take one of Leon's possible teams, but only use the first forms. For the rules, I can only use the first forms of Pokemon Leon uses. No items in battle, only held items and items outside of combat are allowed. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's begin. I chose Grookey as my starter and named him Monkey. No Endeavor Chaos this challenge. Monkey is Serious Nature, so neutral stat gains. When we get access to the Poke Center, we transfer in a Charmander from Pokemon Home. I named him Sal, because he's a Salamander. He's Mind's Nature, so more special attack. When we get to Hop, Monkey took out Wooloo, but for Rookidee, we switched to Sal. Then for Sabo, we switched back to Monkey. In the wild area, we tried to grind Wishing Pieces because we can possibly get Axew and Dreepy early, but after 2 or so hours, I gave up and went to Motostoke, where we got into our next Hop battle. I was leading with Sal, so Sal took out Wooloo, but then I switched to Monkey to take out Sabo, and Sal again for Rookidee. Next up is Bede and Galar Mine. I started with Monkey, who took out Solosis in 2 Razor Leafs and got Cathedra red health before going down. Last was Hatenna, who went down to 3 hits. It's time for the first gym. Gossifleur took 2 hits at Ember, while Artigas took 3 max flares, and we're at our next Hop battle. I had Monkey go for Screech before one-shotting Wooloo with Razor Leaf. Corsair took 3 hits from Sal, and last is Drizzle. Drizzle outsped Monkey. It hit us with Growl, so Razor Leaf did less than expected. But then, after 2 Screech, Razor Leaf just decided to crit, making the Screeches pointless. The second gym is next. Goldeen outsped Monkey, so he was already at half health when Goldeen went down to 2 Razor Leafs. Monkey somehow outsped Arrokuda, so he took it out without taking damage. Last was Dreadnought, who went down to max Overgrowth. Now we have to battle Bede at Galar Mine number 2. Monkey now had Knock Off, which took Solosis to a Sliver. It went down next turn. Gothita took 2 knockoffs, but Monkey was in low health. I switched to Sal for Hatenna. We got hit with a crit, but 2 flamethrowers took out Hatenna. Last was Ponyta, who was a one-shot. Now we have to go battle Marnie and Motostoke. Sal's flamethrower one-shot Croagunk due to its dry skin ability. Scraggy took 2 flamethrowers, but Morpeko managed to take out Sal. Monkey's Razor Leaf took out Morpeko. Time for the third gym. By now, you may have noticed that I soloed each gym with 1 Pokemon. The third gym was no exception. Sal was all I could use. Monkey would just get 1 shot. So after unintentionally severely overleveling Sal, this was how Kabu went. Since all of Ninetales' fire moves are not very effective, Kabu goes for Quick Attack, which was not bad due to leftovers. 4 Dragon Breaths took out Ninetales. Arcanine's Bite hit harder than Quick Attack, but our Scary Face proved to be effective. If Arcanine is slower, Kabu will spam Agility. After 2 Scary Faces and a Paralysis from Dragon Breath, we took out Arcanine with 4 Dragon Breaths. For Centiskorch, we used 2 max Wormwoods to lower Centiskorch's attack stat and to max guard. G-Max Inferno did leave us in a Fire Spin though. Outside Dynamax, Sal and Centiskorch exchanged hits, but then we were both at red health. Centiskorch got paralyzed, and we were freed from Fire Spin, letting us take out Centiskorch. Whew. Well, with that done, we can now head towards Hammerlock, where we pick up Rhyhorn. I named him Sergeant Charge, or Sarge Charge. He's Jolly Nature, so more speed, less special attack. Not bad. On Route 6, we catch and shoot the Axew. She had Rivalry and no Mold Breaker, but I'll make do. I'm not excited about the lax nature though. Oh well. When we finally made it to Stoneside, we had to battle Hop. Sarge made quick work of Cramorant with Rock Blast. Monkey's Woodhammer one-shot Drizzle. Toxel went down to Bulldoze, and lastly, Silicobra went down to Woodhammer. The 4th gym is next, but first, we now have access to our next Pokemon. By hitting the midway point in the game, I now have a way to make Hammerlocke have a Blizzard. A Blizzard is one of the weathers needed to get Hone Edge. I named her Stabby. No, don't worry Stabby, you'll always be my number 1. She's Brave Nature, which I'll take, and she has no guard. Keep that in mind for later. Back to the gym. Heliotop had nothing to hit Stabby, so 3 Aerial Aces take it out with Stabby at full health. I sent out Monkey for Pangoro just for Monkey to get crit. Sarge got Pangoro to red health, but Circle Throw switched Charge for Achu. Dragon Claw finishes Pangoro. I switched to Stabby for Surfetched, but she got one-shot by Sword Stance boosted Brutal Swing. Sal's Flamethrower quickly took out Surfetched and lasted Machamp. 3 Max Flares took out Machamp. Outside the gym is about Bead. Duosia was pretty weak and went down 2 hits, but Hatcham was unusually thick and managed to take out Stabby with a crit. Monkey's knockoff forced Bead to use his Super Potion, but a crit made Hatcham a 2-hit KO. Gotharita's Psybeam hit hard, so Monkey goes down, but not before leaving Gotharita in red health. Achu finished Gotharita, and last was Ponyta. 2 Flamethrowers from Sal won us the battle, and next is the 5th gym. 2 Iron Heads took out Weezing. 2 Droyrods took out Mawile. Stabby only got 1 Iron Head before going down to Togekiss. Flamethrower finished Togekiss, and last was Alcremie. 2 Max Flares took it out. With that, we're back at Hammerlocke, and into another hot battle. Trevenant was a one-shot with Flamethrower. Italia was a one-shot with Monkey's Woodhammer. Woodhammer's recoil left Monkey on 4 HP, so for Heatmore, we go for Endeavor before being taken out. Sarge finished off Heatmore and got Snorlax to red health before going down to 2 Heavy Slams. Stabby took out Snorlax and last with Bolt Hunt. We got 1 Shadow Sneak before getting hit with Roar. Achu took out Bolt Hunt with Dual Chop and Dragon Claw. The 6th gym was next. Barbarica was a one-shot with Woodhammer. Shuckle took 3 Iron Heads from Stabby. Sojourner was a one-shot, and last was Colossal. I switched to Sarge, who took out Colossal in 2 Max Quakes. After the gym was another battle with Hop. I started with Stabby because Double only knew normal moves. A bunch of Growls and Bird Breaks later, Double eventually went down. Snorlax outsped Stabby. Yeah, you heard right. So she went down, but not before taking Snorlax to half health. Monkey finished off Snorlax with Low Kick. Corviknight went down to 2 Flamethrowers, and Inteleon, as usual, went down to Woodhammer. Last was Pincurchin, who went down to Drill Run. We can now go to Route 9, and into our next battle with Marnie. Stabby got hit with Torment first turn, but 2 hits take out Lifeheart. Scrafty got a crit, but went down in 3 hits from Sal. Toxicroak took out Sal, but was a one-shot by Sarge's Drill Run. Last one for Pico, who was also a one-shot by Drill Run. The 7th gym is next. I won't say much since I am running out of pages, but this took quite a bit of leveling up. I started with Sal, so Intimidate doesn't do anything. But we were still in low health when Scrafty went down to 2 Flamethrowers. Sal went down to Malamar, but not before taking Malamar to a sliver with 1 Flamethrower. Stabby Shadow Sneak finished off Malamar. Out comes Obstagoon. We went for Sword Stance, hoping for a Obstruct, but Obstagoon attacked 2 turns in a row, taking out Stabby. Achu managed to get a Sword Stance, but 2 hits of Outrage only left Obstagoon at half health. Monkey's Woodhammer gets Obstagoon to red health, but our lack of speed is getting the best of us. Sarge's Earthquake finished off Obstagoon, and last was Skuntank, who also went down to Earthquake. Last is the 8th gym. I started with Monkey and Sarge, but I forgot to give Sarge Ice Fang. Flygon used Breaking Swipe, but Monkey's Endeavor did good damage. However, Sarge's Earthquake did less than satisfactory. I switched Sarge for Achu, as Flygon went for Steel Wing. Monkey's Woodhammer took Gigalith to red health, as Gigalith set up Stuffed Rocks. Flygon's Breaking Swipe then took out Monkey, and left Achu at 13 HP. Achu's Outrage left Flygon in red health, but she went down to Bypress. I sent out Stabby and Sal. Shadow Sneak took out Flygon, and Dragon Breath for Gigalith. Out came Duraludon and Sandaconda. Duraludon's Max Rockfall left Sal at 24 HP, but was a one-shot with Max Flare. Sandaconda went for Glare and then Protect, but a crit Shadow Sneak and Max Whirlwind took out Sandaconda. We can now get our final Pokemon. I kid you not when I say I was resetting this one raid den for an hour just to find a Dracloak at the Lake of Outrage in seconds. I then used said Dracloak to breed a Dreepy. Dreepy as a Pokemon is useless, so I gave it a stall set with Thunder Wave and Protect. I named him Dart. With the full team, we started the semifinals with a battle against Morty. Stabby's Sacred Sword one-shot Liepard. Scrafty took out Stabby, thanks to Liepard's Torment preventing us from using Sacred Sword. Sarge's Earthquake made Marnie use her Full Restore, but then Scrafty hit us with Swagger. The attack boost helped us take out Scrafty with Poison Jab. We went out -4 speed though. Morpeko hit Sarge with Torment, but was a one-shot. Toxicroak got paralyzed by Thunderfang, and then finished off by Earthquake. Last was Grimmsnarl, who went down to Max Ooze. Next up was Hop. Double was a one-shot with Sacred Sword. Against Snorlax, we went for Sword Stance and then one-shot Snorlax. Pincurchin though survived Sacred Sword and took out Stabby with Thunderbolt. Pincurchin went down to 2 hits from Sal, and Corviknight was a one-shot. Last was Inteleon. I used Dart and Achu to stall out the Dynamax, which allowed Monkey to survive a hit and take out Inteleon with Woodhammer. Now it's time to scale Rose Tower and fight Oleana. Her entire team were one-shots until Garbodor, who outsped and took out Sarge. I then used Dart to stall out the Dynamax. Garbodor ended up being too bulky for Sal, but Stabby managed to get the win. We can now start the finals, but first was a battle of Bede. Sal took out Mawile, while Gardevoir and Rapidash were taken out by Stabby. However, Stabby's Max Steel Spike was not enough to one-shot Hatterene, so she went down to Max Flare. Bede used his Full Restore, but Sal managed to get back to red health before going down. Sarge finished off Hatterene. Next was Nessa. Sarge's Stone Edge made Golisopod activate its emergency exit, just for Barraskewda to come out and one-shot Sarge. I then sent out Sal, who lived Liquidation just to set up Sunny Day. Sal went down, but Stabby's Solar Blade took out Barraskewda. Golisopod was back, and Stabby went down because I got greedy and didn't use Shadow Sneak. Dart finished off Golisopod. Dart then outsped Pelipper and paralyzed it. Dart got Pelipper to half health thanks to amazing flinch and paralysis luck before going down. Achu's Outrage finished off Pelipper and took out Seeking in 2 hits. Last was Dreadnought. I sent out Monkey, who one-shot Dreadnought with Max Overgrowth. Next up was B. Do you remember what I said about No Guard? Well, as Hawlucha bounced in the air, Stabby's Iron Head still landed. 2 Iron Heads left Hawlucha at 1 HP, so B used her Full Restore, but a Shadow Sneak and 2 Iron Heads took out Hawlucha. An Iron Head and Shadow Sneak took Surf Edge to red health, but 2 Brutal Swings took out Stabby. Dart paralyzed Surf Edge but was a one-shot. Sal took out Surf Edge. Phalanx started a Rock Tomb, which didn't do a lot of damage, but the speed drop allowed Phalanx to outspeed with close combat. I sent out Monkey, who took out Phalanx with Razor Leaf. I switched to Achu for Grapploct. 3 Outrages took it out. Last was Machamp. Sarge's Max Quake took Machamp to below half health, but 2 G-Max G-Strikes took him out. Achu took Machamp to a sliver. Machamp's Max Strike lowered Achu's speed, which allowed Machamp to take her out. Monkey's Razor Leaf finished off Machamp. Last was Raihan. In order to one-shot Torkoal, I had Sarge hold a Choice Band, but now he was locked in the Stone Edge. Guja one-shot Sarge. Raihan decided to use Rain Dance, so Guja went down to Achu's Outrage. Turtonator survived Outrage, so Achu went down. Sal finished off Turtonator. Flygon set up Sandstorm, but Sal's Dragon Breath only did half health. Earthquake took out Sal. Monkey did some damage, but it was Stabby who got the kill. Last was Duraludon. 2 Max Knuckles and a crit Max Phantasm took out Duraludon. We now have to go about Rose, but his team were all one-shots until Caparaja, who survived Max Flare and took out Sal with Max Quake. Sergeant Earthquake finished off Caparaja. It's time for Eternatus. After getting Dark to paralyze it, Sal took it to low health and then Stabby finished it off. Eternamax Eternatus was completely nuts though. By accident, I had Sarge use Earthquake, which took out Zacian. Zamazenta lasted a while, but soon it was just Hop and I. Hop actually used his entire team, because Dynamax dudes kept one-shotting him. We did win this crazy battle though. Finally, it's time for Leon. This took a lot of leveling up, because Haxorus had a super effective move for my whole team. This was how the battle went. I started with Sal holding Choice Specs to one-shot Aegislash's shield form. For Haxorus, I used Dart holding Choice Scarf to Thunder Wave it before having Sal use Dragon Pulse on it. Monkey one-shot Seismitoad with Razor Leaf. Sarge one-shot Cinderace. Dragon Pulse Shadow Ball though took Sal to half health, but Dragon Pulse took it to a sliver, forcing Leon to use his Full Restore. Sal went down with Dragon Pulse back in red health. Stabby Shadow Snake finished off Dragon Pulse, and I ran out of pages. That's it folks, that's the challenge. Nah, not really. Last was Charizard. I used that Chew and Stabby to stall out Charizard's Dynamax, before sending out Sarge. Leon went for charging a Solar Beam, but because G-Max Wildfire does not set up the sun, Sarge was able to take out Charizard with Stone Edge. We beat Pokemon Sword with a first form Leon team. Thank you to everyone who watched this video and don't forget to like and subscribe.